behind. Hey. Hiya. Let's see if anybody shows up on a Saturday morning.
Can we just acknowledge last week's Saturday Night Live?
Which was
Sydney
last
Sweeney
week's.
was so much better than I thought she was going to be.
Oh. I like the one where she was in love with Bowen.
That was hysterical.
You just have to have him. But isn't he gay?
And Sydney Sweeney, congratulations, you have brought boobs back.
And she's in love with Air Bud.
And, well, that's because she didn't get.
He's a star basketball player.
Bowen.
This is Bowen Yang. This
is Bowen Yang.
That is the plan, Cranky. We plan to sit on this toilet and wait for our bowels to move. Put out a doo-doo show. We got a doo-doo. This episode brought to you by Czarface. Not the band, just the action figure. All right, it says Cranky's here. Cranky says he's here, but it's showing 0 people. So, Cranky, Twitch or StreamYard believes that you are not a person. So, you ready?
Never, but has
Good.
that ever stopped us?
No, and I hope it never does. So I will prepare. I will give you a 5 in Shri.
I was going to say that's usually in 3.
It is. Woo's your mama?
This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you Trill Burgers, Rockin' the Seas, Busta Canceled, Stephen A. has something to say, a De La trivia question we could have never answered, and the purple one being smarter than you know. What else? Let's listen.
It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Now we're about to witness the strength now.
And now, here's your host, Bill Winters, and Mr. Throwback Thursday himself, Sherry Robinson.
And here we are once again with Mr. Throwback Thursday. We are now up to episode 528. And as has been the case for most of them, it's your 2 favorite idiots bringing you all the hip-hop news. Oh, and a 3rd idiot, but this one's plastic.
And
but it's not an
fantastic,
idiot.
according to Cranky.
You can't ever say that Czarface is an idiot. So,
No.
But very nice figure.
But he is plastic
and he is
and fantastic.
So, welcome to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 528. Bill up in New York, Jamie down in Virginia. How are you, my friend?
I am well. You know, as noted, Czarface has joined the crew.
I would never say no.
No. He is on my desk here. Well, I have the Diabolical Biz Marquee Funko Pop.
Right.
I have the Run DMC Little People. I have Cube and Run DMC Funko. I have Salt and Pepper Funko. I have the Breakin' Trio, the TKO crew, of course.
Of course.
In Super 7. And then I just acquired, after months and months and months of waiting on the pre-order, the Czarface Ultimate action figure.
And
from
it is,
Super 7 and Czarface.
It is very cool.
Yeah, he's got multiple heads and interchangeable hands. So he may make multiple appearances on the show in different incarnations. What up, DJ Shane Bond? 009s.
Very nice. welcome.
Yeah. So,
So,
in case you didn't get to see, Czarface.
in the hizzy
Yes, I only have hip hop action reaction in action figures anymore. I got rid of I sold off all my old G.I. Joes, and
really.
I did. I found, I mean, they were all broken in half because the rubber bands that held them together were broke. But I
Yeah.
put all the pieces back in order
Amazes
and
me
accounted
that they
for them
were
all.
held together
Yeah.
by rubber bands. Remember that when we were a kid and you found that out and you're like, oh,
Yeah, because when you start pulling apart.
Yep.
So yeah, so I found a box of them that basically my mom said, "Here, take your crap" one year, and I threw them in the attic, and I came across a box of them, and they were all busted up. So I took them all out, put the pieces with each other, not back together. Put the pieces with each other, made sure all of their weapons and accessories and pets and whatever were all with them,
mm-hmm.
and I sold them all on eBay, and I made like $150.
Can't beat that, man.
No,
Some people will collect anything.
yeah, so I actually have the ODB figure with the welfare card background. It is not on my desk; it is behind me. I also have, since we're talking about them, the LL Cool J and Soundwave combo,
Uh-huh.
which was for the Def Jam 35th anniversary, but you don't find it with the LL Cool J on it. It usually just says Def Jam on it,
Right.
like it does. Not that you can read it on the back there. But yeah, I get the LL Cool J one. I collect
Very
weird
nice
shit.
Indeed. You collect cool shit. Like hip hop headlines articles, which is basically we have our own standard menu of stuff today.
We do. And you can collect all of that.
Yes. Hip hop headlines coming at you. One little bit of new school news, just because
As
it's
always.
funny. Woo news.
It makes you think of Charo, doesn't it?
It does, yes. Gucci. A one and done. The record of the week. The one and done I remembered, but I didn't know the album. I remembered the group.
The
didn't know
group.
the album. So, record of the week by an artist that I think we have done before.
I think so.
But
I would have to lean on the research department for that, and they are currently out of town. So
We will. We'll do the artist of the month. We'll remind you who that is for March of 2024.
we'll drop a
March.
disclaimer.
No disclaimer for the artist of the month.
No.
Disclaimer for Bill Reed's lyrics,
Yes.
of course, which I'm sure probably will need it again if I know anything about you. No older than new this week, but that's fine.
Yeah. But this week, for those of you live, because by the time this actually hits the airwaves, it will be over. We're going to travel to the future on Wednesday.
Yes,
Wednesday,
we are.
Wednesday night, 8 p.m. East, we will travel to the future. And,
Mhm.
you'll find out why when we get there.
Right. So, so enjoy today's show for 528
Hey, so
and today's show. Practice. No, there's no practice. We don't practice this shit.
no,
We just
and there are
kinda
no
go.
playoffs in this world.
So anyway,
The gas station we
Um,
passed.
do we have anything else we have to mention? I don't think we have any
I don't
giveaways
think
this
so.
week.
No,
um,
but again, I said last week that I was going to send out Ronnie's stuff and Sarah's stuff, and I didn't. So I will try again this week.
We will do what we can with what we have.
Yes.
So let us not.
And I will blame
delay-
Bill because we haven't hashtag blame Bill in a long time.
You know what I wore yesterday, by the way, underneath my
Hidden from the world, but
yes,
close to your heart. Is that what you're saying?
my Billy Booty Hole Brown T-shirt. So I figured,
Which
you'd
is available in the
appreciate
shop.
that. Yes, I know it is. But not this morning. It's a little
No.
chilly around here, so I put my sweatshirt back on. Anyway, shall we?
Sure.
Let us move on with a little bit of that Triple H. If you can hit me with a little of that, I would very much appreciate it.
Okay, player.
This is Hip Hop Headlines, brought to you by Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Well, get on it. It's your time.
It is my turn, and I thank you very much. And our first article is called Opening Doors, and it features a guy that we have talked about many, many times, the one and only Professor Bun B.
Yes, yes.
Hot New Hip Hop brings us this. Professor Bun B, who I listened to the Two Trill
show
the other night as I was driving out to Newburgh. He was in a rare mood, too. Somebody was like, "What's gotten you all in your feelings?" He goes, "Now, hold up. I didn't say I was in my feelings now." And I was like, "Oh, Professor Bun B is angry." But aside from his UGK prowess, those who follow the show know that Bun B is the founder of Trill Burgers.
Yes. Which used to just be like a pop-up at certain events. And then he said, why don't I just do this right and make it a brick and mortar?
And he says now that has opened doors for him that hip-hop never could, that rap never did.
Right.
He was
because there are very, very few, based on the number of rappers or hip-hop artists in history, there are very few that can get in the door at higher level events or at different type of areas that there are so few of them that can do it just off of their rap careers.
Ability. Yeah.
I mean, because even LL, we talk about LL a lot because he has Rock the Bells Radio now. I mean, he has taken his Rock the Bells and made it a brand.
Right.
But he didn't get to that level just being LL Cool J, the rapper. He got there as being, an actor in the movies, on TV. The world knows him more because of other things that he did, where just being an MC wouldn't have gotten him in some of those doors.
Right. Right. But for those of us who have been LL followers for a long time, we know he's still not really to be messed with on the mic very much.
Apparently like Bun B, because shot a would-be home invader.
Was it in Reno? Did he shoot him just to watch him die?
Just to watch him die, yeah.
So anyway, Bun B was talking about Trill Burgers. He said that becoming a restaurant owner and the liberation that it has provided him, he says it's opened doors that rap never opened for him. His quote is, "A lot of people think this rap shit is going to get you everywhere you want to go. No, they want to know how you became successful. What is your skill set? What did you work hard and train to do? How does that transcribe into other spaces?" So, Trill Burgers, he takes, from the studio to the kitchen. He's created a space where the essence of hip-hop is infused into every aspect of the dining experience. I would love to go to Trill Burgers.
Well, hop a plane, get out Texas.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen.
Yes, but, right. Diversify your portfolio. You cannot be one thing if you want to get in. Okay, look.
Unless
Beyonce,
you are the upper echelon of your one thing that you do.
Right. Beyonce is singing country music because she is spreading her seed and putting herself out into other areas where she is not known as Queen Bee. She said, okay, well, let me move over here so these people can see that I actually can do what it is that I do.
I think that was a pretty, The Rock just came out with this. The Rock's got about 5 different lines.
Right.
He's
also,
got the skincare line. He's got the vodka or the tequila, not
tequila.
Vodka, Terramana tequila.
Yeah. He also didn't do all that stuff just being, Rocky Maivia.
Or Flex Kavanaugh or whatever it was.
Yeah, no, he stepped out and he got into movies. He got into television. He sings.
He sings. He's not.
That's what I said. I didn't say he was a singer. I said he sings.
He does a pretty good Elvis impression. But,
he models fanny packs. I don't know. But yes, he got himself out there and became John Cena the same way.
Mm-hmm.
He's no longer just the prototype because that wouldn't have gotten him anywhere. He has moved on, moved up, moved out to where you see him in TV commercials.
Mm-hmm. He's the voiceover guy for Honda.
Yeah.
And
That's the immediate commercial I thought of.
And well, he's also done one of the phone companies, might have been what, Cricket Wireless or something like that, but he's got a new movie out on Prime right now, too.
I know.
Ricky
Stenicki.
Yeah,
It's on my
So-
list.
it's on my list too.
But that's the thing. Wrestling doesn't necessarily get them in these other rooms. It doesn't get them in boardrooms. It doesn't get them
No,
into
quite the
the-
opposite. So I think wrestling still has a stigma attached to it, especially now with the stench of
As-
Vince McMahon all over it.
right. But as rap music does to a lot of people.
Mhm.
So you need to be back to Bun B. You need to go out there and do something else that is going to get you in the boardrooms and get you, in these meetings where, I don't listen to Texas hip hop. I don't know who you are. I mean, you could be Bun B, but I don't listen to that. So
I wonder if there's a lot of people. I'm sure there's a shit ton of people who had never heard an Ice-T song before he became Finn Tutuola.
probably.
And there's probably a lot of people who've been watching Finn Tutuola for 25 years who still never listened to an Ice-T rap song
That's true.
because they would probably
We might even
Go
have an
into the-
article about that.
go into the fetal position, This isn't him. This
Body
isn't
counts in the
Tutuola.
house. Body count.
But Bun B also says that, Trill Burgers makes an impact on his community. It's committed to giving back, hosting events that showcase local talent, partnering with organizations to address issues like food insecurity. Bun B he's a good dude. He really
It does
is.
seem that way, yes.
So, and I love the fact that he acknowledges that it's not just hip hop that's gotten me where I'm at. He goes,
Right.
hip hop might have been a stepping stone to get me where I'm at, but if I had to basically say, I'm Professor Bun B from UGK,
Mm-hmm.
99% of the public would be like, what the fuck is a UGK? And what is a Bun B sounds like something I put my hamburger on. Maybe
And
that's
he
why
does.
open a burger joint.
Full circle, yes.
Yes, there you go. Now you were talking about Rock the Bells.
I
Our
guess.
next article, Cruising Together. And this comes to us from thesource.com. The Rock
Not
the
a
Bells,
source.
The source.
Yes.
Not, it's like the U or
Exactly.
the Ohio State University. Rock the Bells.
The album.
Cruise, the album. Mantronics.
Yes.
Love for Mantronics. What's up, Ken?
What's up, Ken?
Rock the Bells Cruise announces the first wave of artists, including the greatest guest artist in the history of hip hop. Doesn't do so well on his own, but when he guests on other people's stuff, he tears it up.
He does so much better on other
Yeah.
people's stuff, yes.
And that would be Jadakiss, as well as E40,
The goon with the spoon, yeah.
Rakim. Is this your man's? Is this your man's?
Talib Kweli.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and Manny Fresh. So Rock the Bells Cruise, a hip hop experience.
2, right?
Yes. The second annual takes off November 13th, runs November 13th through the 17th from Miami to Great Stirrup Cay and Nassau, Bahamas for 5 days of nonstop hip hop.
Which I'm glad now that they're doing it this way. The first cruise, I did not attend.
No.
But I was following it from the beginning. I joined
Mm-hmm.
one of the Facebook groups for Rock the Bells Cruise because I wanted to see who was going to be there.
Right.
Like the only thing that they had was like the startup in Florida. There was going to be a beforehand party.
Right.
It was like Trick Daddy.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah. And that was it. There was no other mention of who was going to be there, what events were going to be happening on the cruise, whatever. And I'm like, well, I'm not dropping that kind of money for 4 days with Trick Daddy.
No. So, yeah.
So at least
Jay-
this time they're announcing early enough where you can say, okay, yeah, I would go because these people are going to be there.
Mhm. Some of the other names that they mentioned, Diggable Planets. We talked about them last
Nice.
week as well. AZ, Kid Capri,
Kid
Uh,
Capri.
Rock the Bell Radio's own The Finisher, Mr. C, DJ Scratch and DJ Epps, and
Hosted by
Torre and Roxanne Shante.
yes,
As
please
was
believe
last
it.
year, I think. So, Rock the Bells Cruise, a hip hop experience, is a partnership with Sixth Man, which is an industry leader in unforgettable music and lifestyle festivals at sea. I didn't know that was a thing. That was a
6-man
specific
cruises.
genre.
Yes, they just did. I want to say less than like 2 weeks ago. They just did the Jay and Silent Bob Cruise Askew. That's done through
nice.
6-man. So a lot of these, like Jericho's cruise,
Mm-hmm.
I believe is done through 6-man.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
they do. Like if there's a themed cruise out there, 6-man is probably the ones running it.
Okay. So it's a 5-day hip hop experience aboard the Norwegian Gem. Hip hop takes over every corner of the ship.
Isn't that a wrestler?
Themed parties. What, Norwegian Gem?
The Norwegian Gem.
No, I don't think so. Yes, right up there with the Mongolian Stomper. Hip hop will be taking over every corner of the ship with themed parties, meet and greet autograph sessions, rap karaoke, open mic nights, and much more. Oh, okay. See, DJ Shane Bond giving us all the skinny on what goes on with this.
The behind the scenes.
So, again, it's not in my budget.
But you just sold your Peloton. Maybe it is.
No. Pricing ranges from $1,180 per person all the way up to $7,100 per person. So
Okay,
I think
well,
it really
Peloton doesn't make that kind of money.
no, not used ones.
we need a whole lot more patrons.
Yes,
A lot.
yes, we do.
How do
We
you
need a
how do
new
you become
level.
a patron anyway?
How do they become a patron?
Yeah.
There's a couple of different ways. You can go to patreon.com/MRTBT,
Cool.
or you can go to MrThrowbackThursday.com and look for that little link that says become a patron. It'll take you there.
I think I'm gonna put a new level. Send Bill on a cruise level.
No, we'll call it the 6th man level,
Yes.
and it's $1,000 a month.
Because we need to schedule before November.
It ain't happening. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that shit ain't happening. So,
So it'll be 0 members of the
But-
6-man level Patreon.
but anyway,
The gas station we passed.
But it does sound like a really, really cool,
Yeah.
really, really cool cruise. So, eventually, maybe someday you and I will get on there.
Yeah. I
If
do
we
enjoy
ever-
I do enjoy cruises now that I'm out of the Navy. Because they were a whole different experience when I was in than when I'm
Yeah,
out.
I would think so, because there's many more orders and a lot less buffets when you're in the Navy. See, I'm all about the buffets.
Yes. Yeah. When I walk around on a cruise ship and I see the people running all over the place, I'm like, I don't envy you. I don't miss doing what you're doing. I always say I hated getting underway. I loved being underway.
Right.
They still have those, Cranky. Cruise ships also have powdered eggs.
Yes. Because
You can get fancy real eggs,
hard
but
to keep chickens on a cruise ship.
I don't know. Maybe it's a pet for some people. I don't know. But
Emotional
in the-
support chickens.
yes, in the buffet, you're going to find powdered eggs. In the main dining room, you will find actual eggs.
So if you have the money, go ahead. Check out the Rock the
Rock the
Bells
Bells
Hip Hop Cruise.
2.
2. Article number 3, Gangsta Shh.
Yes. So we almost had an old to the new,
Almost.
but it didn't drop yet.
BNNBreaking.com. This is a brand new
It
source
is.
for us. And I know that because I hadn't muted it. So Spice One teams up with Snoop
Yes.
Dogg and Rick Ross for Gangsta Shh.
Bows.
Announces Platinum OG 2. Platinum OG 2 drops May 3rd of this year. That is one day before my anniversary.
It is. It is.
Bay Area rap legend Spice One makes headlines with the release of his new single, Gangsta Shh, featuring an unprecedented collaboration with Snoop and Rick Ross, the boss.
Bows.
Not stopping at just a single, the veteran has also announced the upcoming release of Platinum OG 2, set to drop May 3rd, 2024, promising, as they say, a rich tapestry of narratives and collaborations that span the breadth, with a D in it,
Spanning the globe.
of hip-hop's elite. Meanwhile, on May 3rd, so Gangsta is it? Gangsta shh. I have
Mhm.
to get it right.
3
Now
H's,
available.
like Freddie Fox.
Fox.
Yes.
So Gangsta shh. Shh.
There it is.
There it is. Is Melly Mel involved with this? Now available all across all digital service providers. It marks the first official track by Spice One featuring Snoop Dogg, adding a layer of anticipation for fans and followers of both of them. Rick Ross's inclusion also elevates his legendary status, making it a must-listen for enthusiasts of raw, unfiltered hip-hop.
God.
So be on the lookout for Platinum OG2 and go listen for Gangsta Shh now on your streaming services.
Gangsta shh.
I have not listened to it yet. I will probably try to find it on our first break.
Yeah. No, it's not out yet.
Ah,
That's why I said I would have had it for
no,
today.
that's right. It comes out. The album itself comes
The
out
album-
on May 3rd.
Right. But the
But
single
they
is
said
not
the
out yet.
They said the single was out.
It's not on streaming platforms yet.
Ah,
Trust me, I looked.
yeah. Maybe later I'll look on Apple Music. I don't have my phone on me right
Well, if it comes out during the show, then it will be
Then
coming
maybe
old to
we'll
the
drop
new
it.
during
Yeah.
the show
now. Maybe we'll drop it.
on the fly.
Maybe try Netflix is our next article.
Yes, because Blockbuster is closed.
Yes. Wow. That's funny. Blockbuster being the name of the tour for Busta Rhymes. Thousands of Bay Area fans, probably including our own Hugo Gonzalez,
Mm-hmm.
we're preparing to see Busta perform on his first 2024 stop next week. Unfortunately, per Ticketmaster, his entire Blockbuster trek has been canceled.
Now, I recall us not being fans of the new album.
Yeah,
I think it was because of all the features.
Yes.
Like he had crossed over with a whole bunch of new people, and
Yeah, it had a kind of like Eminem, had a whole lot of trap music on there.
it wasn't what we expected from Busta.
Right.
I'm wondering if sales are down because of that.
Probably. He had a 24-date road trip that was supposed to start on March 13th in San Francisco with stops in Hollywood, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Denver, Dallas, Miami, Philly, Boston. He was going to finish up in Brooklyn on April 21st. I don't think he'll go back to Brooklyn.
No.
The Ticketmaster website now shows all 24 dates to be canceled. Busta has not yet commented publicly on what caused this. His last Twitter post was on February 29th. But as for Instagram, he's been actively posting since the start of March, but only to promote music videos and other ventures. We don't have any idea why the tour is not happening yet. He has not said. So, supposed to support his latest LP, Blockbuster, which was a 19-track record that was released in November of 2023. And like you said, had all sorts of features like Young Thug, Quavo, Chris Brown, Kodak Black, B.I.A., Coi Leray, and it was produced by Pharrell, Timbaland, and Swizz Beatz.
Yeah.
So he actually had a little altercation. I wonder if it was another lean body protein.
Lean body protein.
No, he had an altercation with Nizzle Man while the two attended French Montana's
Did he shizzle
Mac
him?
and Cheese for shizzle man Nizzle. Mac and Cheese 5 listening party. That's a French Montana thing.
Okay.
Footage showed Nizzle
Made
being
me
dragged
hungry.
out of a VIP section while Busta and the Flip Mode squad trailed him. He had the whole Flip Mode squad.
Yes, he did.
Nizzle Man gathers himself, stands up only for Busta to step up to him.
And
They
hit him
then
with
led
lean body
Nizzle into
protein.
another section, although it's unclear what sparked the altercation. Busta put that shit to a stop, as he does about this time.
Yeah. Like
I
he
wouldn't
liked to
wanna
do
mess
about this time.
I wouldn't want to mess with Busta. I really wouldn't.
No. He's a
Ice-
big dude.
T, Mr. Tutuola,
Yes.
as we were discussing him before, is the subject of our next article from Hip Hop DX. And you have called this one Fake News, Real G.
Yeah. So I sent this to you during the week.
Mm-hmm.
And this was from like the Onion
Right.
place, but it's a Twitter account, I think. Sending out fake news all over the place, just to be funny. Ice-T did not know that it was fake, so did not take it as funny.
No, he. You don't want to get on the wrong side of Mr. Finn Tutuola.
No, the leader of Body Count.
Ice-T has dissed British Prime Minister contender Keir Starmer after falling for a fake story on social media. The legendary rapper and actor called the Labour politician, who is widely expected to be the UK's next leader, a clown. The Body
Who's
Count
that
front man
clown? Oh,
fell for a ruse spread by parody account Women for Wes, which is apparently named after a British politician named Wes Streeting, shared an interview allegedly given by Starmer. The post read, Labour leader Keir Starmer is facing backlash online after criticizing Ice-T in a magazine interview, describing the Law & Order star as corrosive and someone whose online conduct may entice his followers to seriously hurt others. In the fake interview, Starmer was asked who he found corrosive to society, and he answered, Ice-T.
yes, of all the people.
My son is 15. He loves computer games. Vic, who is his wife, likes to keep an eye on our kids' social media accounts to make sure they're safe. And one day she comes to me and shows me my son's Twitter profile. He's been sharing all this truly vile stuff from some man called Ice-T. I soon discovered that he's an American entertainer, rapper, actor, whatever else, and he was running a network of abusive users online called the Final Level
Twitter
Twill
gang. Hashtag FLTG.
He posted all sorts of rubbish, swear words, illegal activities. It was affecting the way my son was behaving. We had to take his phone off him.
Say illegal business controls America.
I saw the post, didn't realize it was a parody, and he commented, he goes, oh shit, we're famous. The FLTD struck a nerve. Y'all got to read this. Fuck this clown. Starmer nor his team have yet to comment on the viral moment. At the time of writing this article, Ice-T still has not acknowledged that it was a joke.
Yeah, like I said, he doesn't know this British parody account.
No, why would he?
No, somebody probably just said, hey, did you see what this dude said about you? And sent it to him. And he was like, what?
And by the way, happy anniversary to Ice-T and Coco.
And
as
Coco,
well. He
yes.
put out a nice little blurb, especially on International Women's Day yesterday, which was also the anniversary of my mom going home. So I love you, Mom. I miss you. Today is Coco and my 23rd anniversary. Keep it fun, keep it sexy, and stay in love. It just gets better every year, he says. Ice-T also basically said that he was inspired to marry Coco after watching The Osbournes. He said, when I was going after Coco, I was watching a lot of The Osbournes, and I was looking like, would Ozzy have a mansion if it wasn't for Sharon? This woman
Ozzy wouldn't have shoes on his feet if it wasn't for Sharon.
No, but he wouldn't have bubbles either.
True.
Sharon! I'm the Prince of fucking Darkness. I can't have bubbles in my fucking show. Because that was my favorite scene of that entire show. He says the woman is running all the tours, running all of his businesses, and it doesn't even seem like Ozzy would know how to pay a phone bill. Ozzy's something different.
That sounds right.
But he's wealthy because he got a woman to hold it together. So, Ice-T's a smart man. He knows what side his bread is buttered on.
Yes, he is.
Purple Passion is our
Speaking of
next article.
smart men,
Now, Purple Passion was
it's an Everclear
alcohol drink that I used to love, but you couldn't get them in New York.
came in 2-liter plastic bottles.
I had to go to Vermont to get them. No, I used to get like
the glass
16-ounce glass bottle, 6-packs.
Yeah, no, they sold them in 2-liter plastics.
So Prince was paid a staggering $100,000 for a classic hip hop song that he didn't even write.
This is one of the greatest things. This is something I never knew.
That sounds like the line from the old Richard Jeni bit where he was Marvin A. Goneff. He's like, yes, I was standing on the floor, on the 15th floor of an office tower when I looked out the window at a car accident that I technically wasn't a part of. Marvin Conniff got me $2 million. That's what this sounds like to me.
Yeah.
So Prince made more money from a hip hop song he wasn't involved in than its writers did, thanks to clever business tactics. And that's because
Don't mind me.
of friends of the show, Arrested Development. Arrested Development's Tennessee sampled Prince
Tennessee?
without his permission, leading to a $100K payout after the song's success.
Mm-hmm.
Prince decided not to claim royalties for Tennessee because he liked Arrested Development.
That's a good reason for Prince there.
So, yeah, Prince basically, there's a tiny little sample in Tennessee. The beat
Yeah,
sounds
but-
relatively simple on the surface. The song was actually sampled from 3 different sources. The first
Right.
2 were rap records. The third was Alphabet Street by Prince.
Yes.
Those, familiar with Prince's 1988 single can tell it's literally the first sound you hear on the Arrested Development song. Now, do you have Tennessee up?
Well, hold on a second. Let me write this down. 34. I have to send a message. Mm. Mm-mm. Ah. Don't mind me.
I just love the fact that as we go through here, so Speech says he didn't know anything about the sample clearance process back then. He goes, we didn't get the sample cleared. I didn't know how to clear it. Prince could have demanded that the record be taken off the shelf. Instead of requesting that it was taken off the shelf or that the sample be taken out of Tennessee, Prince requested a one-time flat rate fee of $100,000.
Yes.
Speech and the group's DJ and producer Headliner agreed. In their estimation,
Headliner.
they made out like bandits. He said, we made more than that, way more than that, so we paid it.
Well, yeah. It's not like what's his name with Tribe?
Lou Reed.
Yeah, where he said, I want it all.
Arrested Development may have been an unknown group prior to Tennessee, but the song made them a household name and cracked top 10 charts around the world, including the Billboard Hot 100 and the U.S. R&B hip-hop charts. It was all over the place. Prince was cognizant of the fact that the better that Tennessee performed on the charts,
Tennessee.
the more money he could make when he eventually reached out to him. Tellingly, he waited until the song cracked the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 and then contacted the group by phone only after it started to go down.
Right here. Let me try something.
Is that Alphabet Street?
Yeah, it's a live version.
I'm going down to
To Alphabet Street. And then is you.
Tennessee.
It's that very beginning part there. Do, 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 do. Just slow down.
Tennessee.
Lord, I've really been real stressed.
Down and out. Losing doubt.
So, Speech told Atlanta Magazine he failed to recognize Prince's business acumen at the time, but now he's come to appreciate it. He said he waited for the very moment and went down the charts. I think that was a testimony to his savvy and how he thought. And there were no hard feelings between the two. Speech was even invited to Paisley Park, Prince's estate, while
Yes.
Tennessee was still on the charts. They declined, Speech did, but the two men eventually met in person and performed on stage together. Speech maintains that Prince is his primary musical influence and that without his 80s input, Arrested Development would not have existed.
That's a big statement.
Tennessee was an incredibly intimate song for Speech. The rapper penned the lyrics after
Mhm.
losing his grandmother and brother in a short period of time.
My
He
grandma
insisted
passed. My mother's
the
gone.
song-
Or my brother's gone. I never ever once felt so alone.
He insisted that the song be the very first single that they put out. The success of Tennessee was personally validating for Speech. He recounted, he goes, every other song that I'd written prior fell in comparison. This song meant the world to me. And Prince's decision to take a single payment instead of claiming songwriting royalties was an enormous relief for Speech, as the former was well within his rights to do so. But Prince, when it came to other artists sampling his work, was very litigious
Mm-hmm.
and could be very, very kind of a nudge about that shit.
Yeah. Well, there's Kevin Smith did a documentary on Prince.
Mm-hmm.
He filmed it at Paisley Park, and so Kevin Smith gets done with the whole thing, and Prince's assistant or whatever comes and says, "I'm gonna need all that footage." And Kevin says, "Well, I gotta edit it, and get it." She goes, "No, this is never gonna see the light of day. It's gonna go in the vault." He's like, "What?" And Kevin Smith has used Prince-owned music in his movies, but Prince chooses what songs you get to use. So he says, "Hey, I'd like to use this song for this scene," and he tells him about the scene, and Prince is like, "No, but you can use this song by the Morris Day and the Time because I own that."
Yeah.
He was very, very, very protective of his creations.
Mm-hmm. But the fact that Prince enjoyed the song Tennessee, he was perfectly content with a $100,000 paycheck. More probably so just to prove a point. It's like, look, I'm Prince. I got to do something about this.
Right.
You didn't go about it the right way, but
So
I like
this is-
you.
This is your
So-
smack in the dick
Yeah.
to say you shouldn't have done that,
Uh-huh.
but go on and make your money now.
And Speech was probably like, look, I didn't even know I was supposed to do
Well,
this.
that's
And
what he said. He didn't.
And that's what Prince, but because Prince liked him and liked
Mm-hmm.
the song, he's like, look, I get it. This is
I got it.
standard
I'm
what
gone.
you would have to do. I'm going to do you a solid. We're going to do a one-time thing. He goes, otherwise, I would assume.
Yeah, otherwise it looks like I'm allowing sampling without any penalty, which is a thing that the music industry was 100% against at the time.
And Speech says, I realized that he really gave us a break. There were a few other things that he could have done, but he respected what we had done. He has been asked if he regrets sampling Prince, and he says no. It's part of what makes Tennessee special. In the same magazine piece, Speech noted that samples can capture a certain spirit that is vital to connecting with listeners. A sampleless version of Tennessee may never have been a hit at all, he says.
Yeah. Good morning,
Tennessee
Jason.
is just such a well-crafted song. I tend to agree with Speech on that. Any little
Yeah.
change to it, and it's a completely different song, and it probably doesn't have the same pull
No.
that Tennessee had. Tennessee's a great song.
Well, yeah.
That album is a great album.
Imagine
rest
Can I Kick It
Without the Lou Reed.
without the Lou Reed?
It-
We
it's-
just talked about last week how Meth and Red and Eric Sermon all hated the
How High.
remix of How High.
Yep.
Yeah, so this was the way it was envisioned, and this is the way it was supposed to hit, and this is how it feels. If you change that, it's not going to hit the same way. It's not going to feel the same way. Other people may still enjoy it, but if you as the artist aren't happy with your product,
Mhm.
Who really is going to be happy?
And who's going to be your audience?
Right.
Because the audience can see through that shit, too.
Right. And you may hit a different audience that you don't want to connect with.
Right. This next article is fascinating to me just because of how the conversation, I think, is going to go.
Okay, play it.
It comes to us from Complex,
Yes.
and it's going to be a complex conversation.
It may be, yes.
One of the more polarizing people in the entertainment industry today, and I consider him an entertainment industry because
Yes.
I really don't. I mean, that's what the E stands for, isn't it? In ESPN?
In ESPN, yes.
Entertainment and
Entertainment,
Sports Programming
yes.
Network. That's what originally it was.
That's what it was, yes.
Stephen A. Smith, whether you love him or whether you hate him, you know who he is. You know how he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not a shrinking violet by any stretch.
No.
He's also very pro-black.
Mm-hmm.
As a black man, I can certainly understand that.
Yes, he should be.
But he
He reminds
no
me very much
punches.
of Rob Bass.
He pulls, facially he does.
Yeah, he does.
And he pulls no punches, and he doesn't care if you agree with his opinions or not.
Right, because opinions are not for debate. They belong to the person who has them. And
Well, I
Stephen
think
A
he
definitely
actually
has them.
opens debate based off of his
Yes.
opinions, but
Yes, but his actual opinion cannot be debated. Yes, no, he is the way he is to spark debate.
uh-huh.
You know, he's got a lot of thoughts and a lot of personality behind those thoughts.
Right.
You know, and he's a Knicks fan.
Very big Knick fan.
Yes,
And a Dallas Cowboys hater.
yes,
So, Stephen A. Smith came out with the opinion, and I'm assuming he's been a hip-hop head for a long time because he's
I would think.
probably about our age, maybe a
Mhm.
little old. I don't even know how old Stephen A. is. It's really hard to tell. I mean, I'd have to look it up. You know what? Let's do that quick, because if he's around our ballpark,
I'm gonna say he's 56, so that's probably right around where we are. 55, 56.
he is. He's 56. He was born
Look at
in
that.
1967. Look at you guessing right on the numbers. Stephen A. Smith has come out and said that Eminem is a better rapper than Nas.
He has said that.
That is it's a stance.
It is capitalizing the stand part of stance. Is that what?
Not on purpose, but that's brilliant. In his opinion, during a conversation on an episode of the Connect the Dots podcast, he was tasked with picking who was the better rapper between Eminem and Nas. According to Smith now,
Mhm.
Slim Shady has the edge over Esco over how much more consistent his greatness is.
Mm.
And his quote is, "I think Eminem is one of the greatest ever. I also think Nas is one of the greatest ever. Nas' lyrics are off the chain, but it requires more street knowledge and just more of a comprehension of the verbiage to really dissect."
So
Whereas
right
with-
there, does that not make him better by Stephen A's own statement? A better rapper.
Whereas with Eminem, he gives it to you simple and plain. I'm going to have to say, as much as I love Nas, and I do love Nas, I have to give the edge to Eminem. Maybe it's as simple as Eminem had more crossover appeal.
Maybe.
And Nas is a fantastic lyricist. Early Nas is some of the best ever. Ever.
Yes.
And I don't think that's debatable. And Smith actually said that Nas's best of catalog is better than Eminem's.
Mm-hmm.
The best of Nas is better than the best of M. But with M, there's more consistency to his greatness as opposed to Nas. Because Nas, very, very big when he came out, but big in a small circle because hip-hop wasn't as universally accepted as it was. And I don't think Nas was exposed to as much of an audience as Eminem was.
And do you believe that that's because Eminem's white? No, and I'm not saying this in a negative fashion at all. I'm just saying because now
I
immediately
think there was more of a novelty to the fact that Eminem was white.
because he immediately had a built-in audience.
Well, he also
I'm not
had,
saying white people don't listen to rap because we grew up listening to it.
no, but
and we
but
weren't
he was
looking for white
also
rappers, but-
Co-signed by one of the greatest producers of all time at that point.
Right.
When Dr. Dre comes out after the success of NWA and after the success of The Chronic and says, "This is who I think you should listen to."
Right.
That's
But
a pretty
if-
big.
the average white America, who I will say the new metal crowd,
Mm-hmm.
because that's probably the ones who first gravitated over.
I would think so.
The new metal crowd says they don't care what Dre says because he's not their guy. They're more in the Limp Bizkit area. But
this
when they
guy
see
looks
a
like
white
us.
guy coming out of Detroit,
This guy looks like us.
and he had that comedic edge
Mm-hmm.
when he started.
Nas has never done a comedic type thing. Everything Nas says is cut you to the bone.
Right. So like Stephen A said, more street, where M was more.
Commercial appeal.
Yeah, I don't even want to say he
Commercial
was.
appeal, but
he was
I-
easier to digest.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some shit that's really hard to take from him when you get into the deeper tracks on those first two albums.
Right.
You know, the whole, I'm going to throw my baby mom in the fucking trunk of the car and,
Yeah.
and take her down to the beach and slit her throat.
Yeah. I want to kill my mom for all the stuff she did to me.
It is a very interesting discussion to have. I think their greatness is on two different planes. To me, yes, they're both hip hop artists, but I don't think they travel in the same territory. I think the music travels in two different territories. Nas
And they can exist together too. We've obviously seen that.
yes.
But yes, they're two sides of the same record that can occasionally be flipped for the same audience.
Mm-hmm.
Because the big, like, especially Lord Jamar, the big
Lord
stance,
Jerome.
yes, the big stance that I have seen from Eminem detractors is the things that he talks about we do not identify with. So
Right.
that is why we don't listen to Eminem regularly. Obviously, everyone says, well, of course I've heard The Real Slim Shady. Of course I've heard Guilty Conscience,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah. But
Because it was flooded on MTV.
right. But Eminem as a whole, the things he talks about, Lord Jamar says I cannot identify with any of that, so I don't listen to it.
Mhm.
He's come down from Eminem sucks to no, the dude's obviously talented, but I'm not bumping him in my car because I don't get it.
See, the thing is with us, me and you specifically, I think that's kind of why we listened to a lot of what we did when we were younger, because we didn't experience these things.
Right.
I wanted to learn and hear about, I mean, no one would ever confuse us with being members of NWA. Ever.
No.
Ever.
No.
Aside from the fact that we don't qualify for the N,
Right.
we just didn't live that lifestyle. I mean,
Mhm.
Straight Outta Hyde Park is not going to sell like
No.
Straight Outta Compton is.
Straight out of low cash. Yeah. But we also weren't
Straight
weren't-
Outta Hyde Park had a bowling alley turned roller rink, you know? And we
Yeah,
don't
but
give a fuck
we
what
also
you
did-
think.
we also didn't perpetrate that. We didn't try
No.
to come off and say this is who we are.
No, we
From day one.
were not the Mean Street Posse from WWE trying to
were
pretend that
not.
Greenwich, Connecticut was. But that being said, I like both of them, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't. If you're asking me who's better, I can't give you an answer because I think there's just too many different criteria to determine that.
Right.
If you're there are some days I will get in the car and I will want to listen to Eminem.
Mhm.
There are some days if I'm on a long drive and I want to get my head in a certain space, like if I'm getting into like going out to do a couple of games and I want to get myself more into a competitive mindset,
Mhm.
I'll put something on like Nas because it gets my brain a little bit more active.
Right.
And Nas will verbally destroy you. But he makes you think.
He does.
But it's an interesting thing. And the fact that it came from Stephen A. Smith is just polarizing to begin with because
Because
the man
Stephen A. is polarizing.
because
It's who he
Stephen A.
is.
polarizing. I would love to meet Stephen A. Smith. I would love to have a discussion with him on
And have him yell at you.
on a myriad of topics.
Because that's all he does is yell at people.
But that's fine. I understand that. I mean, you got to
Well,
know
I'm
what you're
damn sure
getting into
glad
with him.
you
But,
understand.
but you cannot accuse Stephen A. Smith of not doing his homework and not knowing what he talks about.
Right. Yeah, no, I believe that he spends a lot of time researching things before he says stuff, because any of the time I've heard him talk,
He spouts facts off the top of his head like nobody I've ever seen.
right, and you can see that he has planned for someone else's retaliation to what he's saying.
A lot like
be-
KRS-One.
Yes, kind of like Eminem in 8 Mile. I already know what you're going to say, so I'm going to
Yep.
prepare for that ahead of time so that I have something to say about it.
Right. It's fascinating. I would love to. I would love to sit down with Stephen A. Smith. He's a hip hop guy. We're sports guys as well.
Yeah.
How great would it be to get Stephen A. on our show? It seems like he likes to do other people's shows.
Yes, and we can ask him, how he performed It Takes Two on all these 90s shows.
So that's your
He
homework.
could be
for
a
this
Rob-based
week, man.
Doombot.
Find out. He could find out who his publicist and everything is, and see if he would love to pop in on a hip hop show to discuss his love of hip hop and his opinions on
Somebody
these
else I
things.
got to track down.
That would be a fascinating interview, though.
I'm
wouldn't it?
sure.
So you asked me a while ago who I'd want to get on the show.
Well, I'll contact.
I didn't realize I
I'll
wanted
contact
this.
Dice.
I didn't realize I wanted this until we just had this discussion. And now I'm so excited. My throat's closing over. Now I can't imagine a world where this can't happen.
Well, Dice asked us who we wanted. I'll see
Dice
if he's got a
knows
connection.
everybody.
I know.
So, yeah, shoot that out to Dice. Dice, you got connections with Stephen A. Smith?
Well, he did say that he used to babysit Tracy Morgan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he?
He did. So now we'll put that little nugget hopefully in the freezer and take it out to thought later on. If it
We'll see.
needs
Next
to
time
be.
we have them on, I'll bring it up.
All right. Next article. The Fresh Soul of Bel Air.
Yes.
This, I knew Kid and Play had done
Right.
this. Had no idea about this.
No, this ranks up there with what does Touchet Lele Poo mean?
Artificial Intelligence radio show on Apple Music. De La Soul recently revealed that they declined tryouts for roles on The Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
This is a whole different show now in my brain.
De La and their guest Queen Latifah shared tales of the missed opportunity. A lot of people
Queen
don't
Latifah,
know
who
that
was on there, wasn't she?
at one point, I think
Yeah.
she was. Yes.
I mean, she wasn't a regular, but
A lot of people don't know that the Fresh Prince thing was offered to us, said Poss. Russell Simmons was like, yo, y'all need to try out. Go out there. We were like, nah, we rapping stuff. Honestly, we were scared. Seriously. Poss jokes he could have been Will Smith. Latifah adds comic relief. I could have been Will Smith. I could have married Jada Pinkett. Latifah said, you definitely could have, but I think you good where you at right now.
yeah, you're all right.
Be careful what you wish for, man.
Mhm.
Artificial intelligence radio with De La Soul. I love that. Instead of artificial, it's art official. It's
Yes.
a great play on words. A 5-part series commemorating the 35th anniversary of the group's groundbreaking debut album, 3 Feet High and Rising, which just came out with a 35th anniversary
It did.
issue.
3 feet
guests-
high and rising.
and rising. Guests include Common, Questlove, Tyler the Creator, Dave Chappelle, and is this your man's? Is this your man's? Talib Kweli.
Yep.
The show launched on March 5th, airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. on Apple Music One. Now, I have Apple Music, so I'm going to have to see if it's available on demand after, so I can give that a listen.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a completely different show with De La involved in it, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Especially since at the time there were 3 of them. How are they going to do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Uncle Phil going to take in all 3 of them?
It's like a step up from Different Strokes.
Yeah, instead of Arnold and Willis,
Yep.
you got plugs 1, 2, and 3. That's kind of funny. And now, new school news. Metro Boomin unhappy after going viral for sniffing woman's coochie fingers.
And that, my friend, is
Is
enough of that shit.
of that shit. We are going to take our first break, and when we come back, it'll be time for some woo news and then some music on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 528.
Yes, yes.
Coochie
Ridiculous.
fingers. Sounds like something you order from the diner. You having chicken fingers? I'm going to have coochie
Coochie
fingers.
fingers.
What kind of sauce do you dip those in?
I prefer syrup. Oh,
You dip
shit.
them in honey.
So I got this notification saying the Fun House with Kid and Play has started, but I just flipped over to Spotify real quick to see, and it's not there.
Not yet.
No, I show episodes. The latest episode was special guest. Looks like Chuck D, which is Chuck D edit 1.4-0001.mp4. So you can only watch it as a video. Hour and 4 minutes, which I'm gonna watch that later. I'm obviously not gonna watch it now, but so like it's the only episode that you can see. So I don't know if that's the only episode that's happened so far. But I have no audio, just a video. Of course, there's audio on the video, but audio to the video to Arsenio. Tell me, what's the scenario?
So what? The scenario.
Let's see. What do we got going on here? I need a drop. I haven't done that one in forever. Maybe I'll do this one. It's going to come up with music, and I don't want it to have music yet because I want it to be a surprise. So we'll do that there. We'll bring this over here. We'll put that there. We'll make sure we get the Woo News intro ready so we can woo, woo, woo. Make sure I'm on the right board. Yep. Okay.
I'm going to share something with you, and I want you to show your wife
Okay. Play it.
because I know she loves otters.
She does.
So I'm going to send this to you strictly because it's otter themed. So
You can send it directly to her, you know.
I can. You know what? Let me find her.
She's in the
It's
kitchen.
just out of all the people that I send things to on Facebook Messenger, it always lists the most popular ones on the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's you, Janelle, and nobody else. That's it. DJ Shane Bond put before The Rock just came out with a skincare line. Good, he gonna need it because he got the taste slapped out his mouth by Cody Rhodes last night. WrestleMania is gonna be interesting, man.
I believe you. Can I just tell you how much coffee I go through during the show?
An entire.
This is my French press. It is now empty. There's grounds in the bottom.
I was gonna say an entire Chemex.
Normally, yes, but I when I have a Chemex, I have to go back into the kitchen to refill it, which is why I often bring 22-ounce mugs with me.
Yes.
But no, this time I decided I would just bring my French press down here and just refill as I go along.
All right.
So we've gotten to Woo News, and I have like 3/4 of a mug left, and I'm empty.
Well, let's do Woo News and the music.
Wait, you got somewhere to be?
I got to go pick up a couch today. I forgot to tell you, I bought a new couch yesterday.
With Peloton money?
It's at the Restore. You know, the
Yes,
the
I do know.
Habitat for
Habitat,
Humanity
yep.
thing. It's a 3-seater couch with the 2 electric recliners.
Nice.
I looked it up, brand new. It was like $900. I got it for $250.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we're going to go
Hell
pick up
yeah.
a couch. And the only reason that we want to get it early is because it's supposed to rain.
Mhm.
And I don't want to put a tarp over it on the truck if I can help it.
Right.
So that's all.
Or carry it in the wet.
Exactly. because we're gonna have to pivot.
Yes, you are.
So
All right, then.
the gas
Let's get
station
this
we passed.
done so you can go away.
No, I was happy. We got to, we don't want to buy a brand spanking new couch with the 2 dogs still. So
Right.
but this will be nice. And
It's new
got
to
the
you.
It's got the electric recliners, which means I will fall asleep in my living room on a much more consistent basis. So,
I have regular pull-out recliners on each of mine, and I
Yes.
fall asleep watching.
On
I
a
fell asleep
regular
watching
basis.
the Milwaukee Bucks last night,
yes.
where Bobby Portis cost me $150.
Bobby Portis, who you just put a fucking tweet out saying you liked watching him play.
I do. I love watching him play. It doesn't matter. Dude's incredible. Like the reason I used to like Brett Gardner.
I don't bet basketball because I don't know it very well.
Yeah. I have the NBA package because Rye is a student, so I get a major discount on it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of why I had the NFL package.
I got
Well,
a $10 free bet, by the way.
From BetMGM?
Yes.
For what?
I don't know, some bonus bet thing. So
Man,
I
I'm
got a
gonna have to
$10
check that.
freebie. So you know what I did?
Bet
I
on
put it-
basketball.
I put it on the Rangers to win the Stanley Cup at plus 1,100.
Well, there you go.
So if they win, that free $10 becomes
Yeah.
$110. So
Yeah, I have $10 on the Major League Baseball World Series being the Yankees and the Dodgers.
that's not a bad bet.
I didn't think so. But yeah, I put $10 on it. And I have $2.24 on the Knickerbockers to win the NBA championship.
I bet $5 on the Panthers Flyers game the other night.
You got 5 on it?
I had 5 on it.
Did they take it away?
I took the Panthers with a total of over 3.5 and Carter Verhaeghe to score any time, and I went 0 for 3. So I lost my $5 because
Yes,
Philly
I
scored with
apologize.
19.
It was through my account, but it is mine and Cranky's bet that
Oh,
the
okay.
Yankees and the Dodgers will be in the World Series.
Cranky and the Yankees.
Yes.
Nice.
But you know how UFC nights work.
Yes.
Well, tonight is UFC 299.
Yes.
So I will be betting like $100 throughout the night
Mm-hmm.
on stuff that I don't watch except for when the pay-per-view comes on.
Right. I don't know anything about UFC.
I don't either. I watched the
pre-fight stuff.
fight stuff, and I go,
I think
that
this
guy
could
looks
win.
like he's going to be the one, and that's how I bet it.
And you do pretty well on those. So,
I do.
all right, man. Let's woo it.
All righty, and let's do this. So when we go back over here, let's do this with a Shree. Who's your mama?
Yo, what's the deal? This is AG, one half of Show NAG, and you're listening to my homeboys, Jamie and Bill, on the only classic hip hop podcast that matters, Mr. Throwback Thursday, DITC for life. Party yardy, throw those L's up. Let's go.
Yo, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. What's good, yo? This is good, yo. This is Ghost Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for Woo News with Jamie and Bill. I know what it is. Get it correct, Mr. Throwback Thursdays. Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On Woo News. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Deck, you got, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, an old dirty bastard.
It's now time for Woo News with Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Shimmy on it.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 528. I almost said
Yes.
258 because I'm dyslexic today for some reason.
I told you we're going to the
pieces-
future this week,
Yes,
not the past.
3 pieces of Woo News, and this first piece of Woo News comes to us from AOL.com because that's still a thing.
It is still a thing.
And we talked about this originally about 5 years ago when it was
Yes.
first happening.
Yeah, 'cause it was
So-
it was a big deal when it happened.
Yes. So for those who've been with us for a good long period of time, you may remember us talking about
There were two of them, right? There were two guys?
two guys
Yeah.
in Georgia, but only one of them was pinched for this.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia man who scammed hotel rooms and luxury limos by claiming to be with the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, they got busted in Vegas, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. What happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. That commercial's a lie. They've been sentenced to more than 8 years in prison.
I thought it was what happens in Vegas is cured by penicillin, but I could be wrong.
You could have an allergy. Walker Washington, 53 years old, sentenced by a federal judge Thursday. Addition to 100 months in jail.
That's a very strange.
That's like people who
Sentence.
say, yes, my child is 27 months old. Bitch, your
Yes.
child is 2.
Yes.
Addition to the 100 months he received, he was ordered to pay almost $299,900 in restitution.
I'm surprised it wasn't listed in pennies. We're listing jail sentences in months. We should
If you
list
don't
fines
remember
in
the
pennies.
name Walker Washington, you might remember the other guy's name, Aaron Barnes Burpo,
Yes, I do remember that name.
because of the Burpo.
The Burpo, yes.
In 2019, for about 2 months, these two men falsely said they were affiliated with Rock Nation and the Wu-Tang Clan.
Mm-hmm.
They also used stolen credit card information to book hotels and to rent limos. Acting U.S. Attorney David Estes said in a statement, these two flim-flam artists and their phony entourage lived large for several weeks by scamming hospitality providers. We commend the skeptical hotel clerk who saw through the scam and alerted law enforcement, bringing this scheme to a halt. I
guy
want to
who
know
knew the Wu.
who the hotel clerk is that looked at these names and said, this ain't no motherfucking Wu-Tang Clan. No, it doesn't. Flim Flam does need to be used enough. In fact, if I ever record a record, I will be MC Flim Flam. But I will bill myself from Flin Flon, Manitoba. I'll be Flim Flam from Flin Flon.
But you will be. Who's coming to the show tonight? It's that Flim Flam artist. That's who's here.
From Flin Flon.
Yes.
The Flim Flam man. Oh, he's the Flim Flam man. Anything like the Packet man.
Flim Flam man.
Anyway.
Yes.
I seriously, I want to see the hotel clerk who looked at this and said, Wu-Tang Clan, my ass. 911.
I am familiar.
Y'all ain't going to believe this shit.
I am familiar with every Wu-Tang affiliate, and you are not one.
The scheme was foiled after an attempted November 21 booking at the Fairfield Inn and Suites in Augusta with a request for 10 rooms, according to a criminal complaint. The guest information was given as Rock Nation Wu-Tang Clan. The staff member thought it was a scam, and it was. The FBI was contacted. Rock Nation confirmed the group was not affiliated and said the company had received calls from other hotels. Some hotels said they lost up to $40,000. A limo company hired for 2 vehicles, including a Phantom Rolls Royce, was out almost $60,000.
That means they're charging too much.
Washington and Barnes, they're charging what people will pay.
This is true. Or
Washington,
what people will say that they'll pay, and then they never do.
Yes, Washington and Barnes Burpo pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud in October. Why is it always wire fraud? Is it because they pay for these things with electronic
Online
funds?
accounts, probably yes. It's the easy way to get them.
Barnes Burpo was sentenced to 7 years in prison back in March.
It's
An
free if
attorney
it's not
listed-
your card, Cranky says, yes. Or if you say that you are an affiliate of the Wu-Tang Clan.
An attorney listed as representing Washington did not immediately return a request for comment. Washington told an FBI agent in February of 2020 he was essentially homeless, and he planned the scheme with Barnes Burpo while he was in jail. He said when he got
Listening
out,
to Wu-Tang Clan.
they got started, and it kind of just got out of hand. You think?
100 months.
Look, I can believe ODB was on welfare I can't believe a Wu-Tang Clan man was homeless and in jail.
Yeah. Not since being a Wu-Tang Clan member.
Right. Next article
This
of
is true.
Woo News.
He wasn't homeless. He was in jail.
That's right. Next article. You have entitled Handle with Care.
Yes.
RZA is producing a Streetball Crew documentary with Chris Paul.
You may have heard of Chris Paul.
Not Prince Paul.
No,
Chris
CP3.
Paul. CP3.
Yes. Who still
Handle
plays
with-
basketball since you're not up on basketball?
I do know he still plays. I do
Yes.
know he still plays. I don't know who he's with now. Didn't he just get traded recently?
I just saw him play. I think it's with
Is he with the
Golden State?
Clippers?
No.
Or is he with Golden State? Yeah, I know he's still out in California. I just don't remember which team.
Yeah, he went to Golden State.
He was a
I just saw him
Clipper.
play the other night. He was also a Sun.
Wasn't he a Laker at one point too?
Probably.
I don't know. They play for everybody at this point. Handle with Care, the legend of the Nodic Streetball Crew, a documentary chronicling the rise, fall, and rebirth of Canadian streetball collective, the Nodic, has been acquired by Gravitas Ventures, which picked up the worldwide rights and set a March 26th release date. Nipsey in the house.
He usually does come in when Steph needs a break. That is that is Chris Paul's.
Gravitas, an Anthem Sports and Entertainment company, which I think is the same group that owns TNA Wrestling, has also unveiled a new trailer for the film, which was nominated for 3 Canadian Screen Awards
Canadian Loonies.
and made its world premiere at the Vancouver. No, Looney is a dollar coin.
It's a dollar, yes, I know.
And a $2 coin is a toonie.
Toonie.
Made its world premiere at the Vancouver International Film Festival and won the True North Audience Award and the Best BC Film Award. Handle with Care
Not the best
follows.
BBC Film Award.
No. Handle with Care follows the emergence of Vancouver streetball crew, the Nodic, in the early 2000s.
I was looking at them. I don't know them.
I don't know them either.
It seems to be like an and one
Yes,
kind of thing,
very much.
but on a we don't get paid and
Right.
one money. Like it was much more of a for the love of what we do.
Right,
You know, they didn't get money. That was the problem.
right.
That's what the documentary's about.
The fact that they did all this shit and ended up.
Right. People saw those videos about them,
Mhm.
but they never got any money from being in these videos that people saw about them.
And 2 of the executive producers around this film are RZA and CP3.
Yes.
Alongside Shai Gilgeous-Alexander
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, yes.
and
SGA.
Lugens Dort, who are 2 of Canada's brightest NBA stars. I've heard of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah,
I don't know who
SGA is a
Lugens-
very, very big name that I'm
Yeah.
glad that you've heard. And what was
Yes.
the other one? Lou Dort?
Lou Dort, Lugens
Yeah.
Dort. In addition to CJ Paul and Juanita Thompson of Oh Dip Productions. The members of this streetball crew are King Handles, Joey Haywood, Rory Disaster Grace, Jonathan Johnny Blaze Mubanda, Jermaine Fresh Foster, Andrew Six Fingers Lou, David Dazzle Mubanda, Dauphin Delight Ngogo, Jamal Where You At Parker. That's a great nickname.
Yes.
Where you at? And Muhammad Goosebumps Wen.
Yes.
These guys have better nicknames than some of the MCs we listen to.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm going to have to watch this trailer. It's available on YouTube.
Mhm.
And then I'm not sure when it's going to be released on any kind of streaming
I don't
service
know.
or anything. But you can always consult. I found out you can consult IMDb for those things, and it'll tell you if it's streaming anywhere.
You can also check out Nefarious Means.
Well, you can because you know how to contact
You can
them.
too.
The streetball nickname. We used to have NBA. What was it? NBA Street.
Street, yeah.
And who they have? Bonafide.
Mm-hmm.
And who were the other ones on there?
I don't remember. I actually have and one here for I think it's on my PS2.
But I remember Bonafide. That I remember.
I remember Arch Rivals.
We played a lot of NBA Street, man.
Yes.
That was a good game. So interesting, and RZA being the Renaissance man that he is.
Yeah, the man with his finger on the pulse, if you will.
Telling you, we talk about Bun B getting into things.
Mm-hmm.
RZA is the quintessential Renaissance man when it comes to that sort of shit.
What was the other basketball game? Was it Hoops?
Hoops by Jalico.
Yes.
Same people who brought you Blades of Steel.
And
Bases Loaded. And Konami brought you
Konami
Wubble
was
Wibble.
Double Dribble and Blades of Steel.
Konami was Blades of Steel?
Yes, they were the same. They were the same people.
Oh, poor Rye. She couldn't see anything on the video I sent her. It was about otters. Just tell her it was about otters.
Okay. Yeah, because Jalico had Bases Loaded and Hoops.
Hoops was okay. Yes, Hoops was Jalico.
Yes.
And
yeah, Blades of Steel was Konami because it had the same Double Dribble voice.
Wubble Wibble. Didn't Jalico have a hockey game though?
That's possible.
Now, man, now I don't know, and I hate not knowing.
Look, for anybody out there who is a video game player, not a collector, I'm not looking for brand new fancy inbox so I can display it. I'm a person who plays. I'm looking for Mutant League Hockey.
That is so hard to find. I'm always looking for that.
I have Mutant League Football here.
Yeah, Mutant League Hockey. I played before, and it was great.
I used to own it, but back in the day, and then I got rid of stuff and then had to reacquire stuff. But anyway, yeah, Mutant League Hockey I'm looking for, and I'm looking for it for less than like $85. So don't send me all these. Hey, this one's only $135. Yeah,
man, Jalico had a lot of games.
They did.
Bases Loaded, yes.
Yes.
Goal, I think, was a soccer game that they had.
It was. I actually think I have that too. Yes, Cranky found me a knockoff one. But no, I did not want that one.
Yeah, a Pro Sport Hockey they had.
There you go.
Okay. I thought they had one, but yeah. Blades of Steel. Bling! I guess was Konami. Anyway, Our next article of Woo News, our final article of Woo News, you have entitled Scotchy Scotch.
Yes.
And I think we talked about this in the past.
Yes, we did.
RZA, once again, has created a limited edition bottle of Scotch whiskey brand Ballantine's. Now, I do drink Scotch.
You do?
I do drink whiskey. I will have to look for Ballantine's 7 American Barrel with RZA limited edition.
Yeah. I think we talked about him working with a beer with Ballantine, and then they were doing the Knob Creek.
Right.
So this is a third venture. I think Ballantine is the one they also did the record player with, the Crosby.
Yes. It's inspired by poetry that RZA wrote during his time spent at the home of Ballantine's in Scotland, which he then left in the library of the brand's founder, George Ballantine. The brand says the partnership epitomizes Scotch whiskey meeting American attitude.
Yes, can you say Ballantine to me? I just think the beer bottle with the pretzel on it.
RZA said, "This is a true representation of my entire journey with Ballantine's. On my first visit to Speyside, I found the land and the people so inspiring. It compelled me to capture the experience in a poem. Ballantine's ain't nothing to fuck with," is what it was called. Ballantine's 7 American Barrel, aged for 7 years, finished in American oak barrels, fusing both Scottish and U.S. styles for whiskey. So, retails for about $48 a bottle, available in limited quantities worldwide. So I will have to do this. It's part of the year-long partnership RZA and Ballantine's.
Oh, it's a year-long partnership. That's why.
The Crosley record player and speaker, collaboration with Japanese streetwear brand Neighborhood, and create a Ballantine's-inspired hot sauce with flying goose. So,
not flying geese, just the one goose.
Just one goose flying on his own.
Just the one goose, really.
She finally got to see it. She says it's the best otter video she's ever seen.
I sent her from me.
You have to understand. For those who don't know Jamie's wife very well, she's infatuated with otters. And I found a video with otters on it, and I sent it to her because I knew she would enjoy it.
Yes, we actually went to Delaware to swim with otters.
Which is probably one of the coolest things I've ever heard of. So, last little bit of Woo News. You God. Still not very good. That is not a story. That's just a fact.
It's just the way it is, man.
Just the way it is. That's just the way the story
It's like
goes.
that, and that's the way it is.
Let's do this one and done, shall we?
Yeah, we should do that,
We have a one and done for episode 528.
as
that
we do
came
most
to
times.
us August 24th of 1999.
A number. No.
Runs an hour, 13 minutes, and 46 seconds. We will not take that long, of course.
We will not.
It is on Restless and ZNO Records. Produced by Dame Grease.
Mm-hmm.
Related to Ass Grease, I guess.
Yes.
Daz Dillinger. Derek D. Angeletti. Hangman 3. Pass.
Mm-hmm.
LES. Trackmasters, and Vincent Herbert.
No Tragedy Gaddafi?
No.
Okay.
And no Savion Glover.
No.
The only studio album, so it is a true one and done.
It is.
By American hip-hop group Made Men. And the name of the record is Classic Limited Edition.
So limited, they only did it once.
No, Kevin Van Buren is not in there either. I have 25 tracks on this thing.
I also have 25 tracks on this.
There's a couple of small ones on here.
Yes,
so
they have
we'll go through
interludes,
those.
a la backspinterludes, yes.
This
Yes.
is, I believe this is the Benzino Made Men. Yes.
It most definitely is, and this is probably the only time people are going to hear it.
In fact, it starts with an interlude, not an intro, so John's getting
Yes.
pissed. Benzino's thoughts. See, DJ Shane Bond right on top of things.
I have heard Benzino's thoughts, and they are scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the first one is, I don't have no neck.
Yeah.
This is what we came for. This is what we always wanted. Yeah. You can't be scared now. We gotta get on. There's no turning.
Okay, that's enough.
Track number 2, Just You and I. Not the Crystal Gale and Eddie Rabbits. The fact that I even know that is funny,
Yes.
huh?
Yes, Nipsey, Benzino is a very strange character.
Don't run up on me with that rah-rah, smoking la-la. I'll blow holes in your dada. You nada. I toke a lotta from Havana and stroke skins at the Ramada. I open drama, so the llamas in my bomber. Word to mama.
Yeah, I believe he still was Ray Benzino at this point. This is pre
yes.
I bought the source,
Right.
and I wanted to hate Eminem for everything he's ever done.
Track number 3, an interlude called The Interview.
Yeah, I think Benzino's whole life now is about hating Eminem. That's,
So what kind of style y'all got? What kind of style y'all like portraying yourself?
Saying like what you mean through our style, through our music.
Music, you know what I'm saying? How y'all
Like I'm saying, you know, we on some more like universal. We got, you know, something for the niggas on the street corners.
The Interview.
Track number 4, featuring This Ain't No Motherfucking P. Is It You? Subtitled Deja Vu.
Well, if it's deja vu, you should know if it's you because you're already there.
Mama, why you raised me? I'm a no-limit thug nigga. Hit American dream, so society think I'm a drug dealer. Cause I hang with the pavement. 600 Rolls Royces and Ferraris on the pavement. Ghetto fabulous Rolex with the pearl face. $1 million man's
Track number 5 is a 27-second interlude called
All right, we'll play the whole thing then.
Nightclub that goes into number 6, Keep It Moving.
Which is what we're going to do with these 25 tracks.
That's what we're going to do.
The price is $15, okay? I need you guys to check your beepers, your jewelry. There'll be no hats. I need you to check your cell phones. No boots in here, all right? Tuck your shirts in. There's no guest list, all right? Get up against the wall so we can do a full research.
Do the position.
We gonna do a full search.
Who's he anywhere?
Security, you guys, you abide by the law. Security.
We be the type that like to hang out. We like to bang out and keep it moving. Keep it moving, yo. We be the type that like to hang out. We like
Yeah, DJ. Everybody wanted to do double albums in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Wu-Tang did it. We should do it.
It doesn't happen that way.
Mm.
Track number 7, No Matter What.
Big and lot, dumb niggas. Make it hot, dumb niggas. Made men, dumb niggas. No matter what. Big and lot, dumb niggas. We make it hot, dumb niggas. Made men, dumb niggas. No matter what. Don't you talk shit, but no matter what, y'all know that y'all won't win.
Yeah. Double the sales. I believe Billboard actually counts a double album as double the sales.
I think they do. Track number 8, 37-second interlude called Frank's Place 1. And it goes into track number 9, Wise Guys for Life, featuring Man Terror.
Is that like Bad Boys for Life, but Wise Guys instead?
Yeah,
Maybe.
just a little
Wise Guys for Life.
Yo, don't the Made Man niggas be hanging out in here?
Yeah, they come around a lot.
I just saw him cop that tape the other day, man. I think that shit's dope.
Don't mess with them boys. They ain't gonna be nothing. I knew them when they was all kids.
You're right. They ain't gonna be nothing. Let's jump.
Y'all niggas ain't players, y'all straight play the bench. The style spin change cause you don't make sense. We in the 1500 with the smoked out tents. Big 40 series with the real deep dish. Cruising Broadway, GA, back downtown to the Renaissance. Who born to be down because we ballin'. Sipping on champs and good eating. But yo, this ain't no Girl Scout meeting. Time to stop defeating. What's up for the evening? Let's go to a sweet dad and make it stop breathing.
Look at the list of all the best-selling hip-hop albums all the time. It's all double albums and Eminem. Imagine if Eminem just started putting out double albums. It would just ruin the world for everyone.
Yeah, probably would. Track number 10, Classic Limited Edition. We finally get to the title track.
Most niggas never squeeze, they overrated. You fascinated by the way my clan made it. Classic limited edition, made man on a mission. We high performance, perform for bitches and the thug niggas. We slug niggas while the feds try to bug niggas. Move confidential, I'm laying in your backyard. My nine clap hard, made man grab hard.
I'm killing you with 12 cylinders of raw rap. Pause that before I spark gat through your hard hat. Run circles around your favorite rap star. Push black car, horsepower like NASCAR.
I don't know. My favorite rap stars have more than one album, so.
Track number 11, featuring The Locks, Tommy's theme.
Made men, motherfucker. LOX, motherfucker. Made men,
Motherfucking Warlocks.
motherfucker. LOX, motherfucker. Made men, motherfucker. Yeah.
This is the only one anyone remembers.
With a gun in your mouth, two in your throat. Look now, your son is in doubt. Whether or not he should think of pulling his Glock. Matter of fact, my nigga got a gun to his back.
Yes, that is the only song anyone can tell you off of this album. They probably couldn't tell you the actual name of the song. Just go, oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. Track number 12, Blowing Circles in the Wind.
Because it should be
Is that a Bob Dylan song?
that shit.
Something like that.
Blowing in the Wind.
Yo, turn up my headphones. Sometimes I don't even know if I'm coming or going. We about to take you there. Please, Lord, let me make it through a day without no pain. How can I make it through the fire when there's no rain? Set me free, stop dwelling on my sins, cause you got me blowing circles in the wind.
I'm high as hell, lounging in my Ralph Lauren sofa. Caught up in this game, trying to maintain the quota.
Oh, did you get one of those? Did you get a Ralph Lauren sofa?
No.
Did you pick him up? No?
No, it had, at least as far as I know. Track number 13, 35 seconds long, Frank's Place 2. It's an interlude, goes into Sticky Situation featuring Montel Jordan.
Hopefully your couch isn't one of those.
That's disgusting. This is how we do it.
Well, me and the old man got one, and he took his away when he passed.
Hear me rip off Slick Rick.
That guy Ray Benzino from Made Men?
Yeah, that's Ray.
Yeah, there he is. Ray Benzino from Made Men.
You know him? Can you introduce me to him?
You don't want that.
They got lease cars. They run around here. I can take you to.
All right, let's skip.
It never really dawned on me till I seen her all
We need
tipsy,
somebody
acting
like
all
Nate
frisky,
Dogg,
trying
but
to
we
get
can't afford
with me.
him,
Yo,
so-
I've been digging her too for a
What's
while.
Montel
She got
doing?
that bus stop lollipop style.
Wow.
A little sticky situation. I'm at that and can't resist the temptation. Feeling guilty to step out of bounds.
Track number 15, Is It You, Deja Vu remix.
I wonder if
So
this
it's
is on
a deja
album
vu
too.
of a deja
Deja-
vu. This one features Big Pun, Cardan, and Mace.
Does Puff give you back hugs? Yeah.
Not me. Track number 16, Right Now.
A Van Halen song or a Van Hagar song?
It is a Van Hagar song, yes.
When you wanna get this loot right now. When you wanna bench cool right now. When you thug niggas gonna shoot right now. Right now. Right now. When you wanna get these bitches right now. When you wanna fuck these bitches right now.
When you want to end this song right now. That does very much sound like Swizz. It's
Mm-hmm. Track number 17, featuring Mike McNeil, is called
Michael
Drama
McDonald.
Still.
Locked up.
Pippin, bait.
Locked up.
With the 2 for 2.
Nothing. Can't fuck with me.
Shoot that.
Phone, kid.
Hey, yo, get the phone, man. Get the phone, man. Hold up. Ooh, arrows.
Hold on.
Take that.
Yeah.
I have a collect call from Ray Benzino at the Suffolk County House of Corrections. Will you accept the charges?
Yeah, I accept the charges.
Your call has been connected. Caller, go ahead.
Gee, I'm in some trouble. Got no time. Can't really.
Isn't that how they do the Suge Knight podcast
I
now?
was going to say, yes, that's Collect Call from Suge.
A Night in Prison? Yes.
Track number 8. It's a better title. It really is.
I don't know how
Track
they
number
missed out on that.
18, featuring Tang the Juice. Must
Was
Be
Tang
Love.
actually juice? I know the astronauts drank it, but
No, but Tang with 2 G's apparently is the juice.
oh, okay, that makes more sense.
So he's Tangaga the juice.
There we go. So then it must be love.
What you do now? In jail for cocking the chrome? Somebody dish
The
you
juice
for
of
what?
love,
Put a
man. It
rock
said
in
so.
chrome? Well, let me guess. Was you out there selling
It's about
rocks and
getting
zones?
couch sticky again, isn't it?
Only call here when you need something. But
Join
no
us for this
honey,
week's
CSP
episode,
in the
Sticky
backyard,
Couch.
it don't
No.
grow money, need to take heed.
Gross.
That is not going to be the name of the episode.
No. Track number 19, I Want a Made Man.
Oh, wow, that's going in the board.
It's a track title. Fuck you.
We fly through friendly skies, touchdown, blow smoke out the roof, blue Bentley coupe. Roll up, show enough, all sold up. Know us, hit the spot and get towed up. Show up with a gang of cars, valet to parlay straight to the bar. Wolfskin suit.
You know, when you said that, you know,
I do sound like a very assertive lady. I'm a woman who knows what I want.
that's what you sounded like.
Yeah, but do I want a made man or do I prefer the other one?
I like 3 Hard Dicks a lot.
I mean, if you get enough made men, I guess. I don't know.
No, because a made man would be an older person, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to
you are much more.
It may sound nasty and it may sound mean, but I'm into little boys that are about 17.
And you know why? Because
bitch, I'm Miss America. I do what I want to do.
You got them all? Are you good? Did you
I
get it
think
out
I'm
of
good for now.
you? Track number 20.
Sorry.
Track number 20. 3 Stripe Killers.
Not Red Stripe.
Or Fruit Stripe.
No, that's way too many stripes. It's like Adidas.
It's more than the necessary number of benzos. Bizzos. Bezinos.
This is Houdini.
Fahrenheit on the thermostat when my burner clap at night. Star Wars, Millennium Gun, titanium strap on.
That reminds me, if you take Mick Benzo,
That's a Houdini song.
if you take Mick Benzo and you combine him with 7 Bizzos, do you get a Benzino?
You may.
And isn't a fish a Bronzino? Because I've heard that
Branzino,
on-
yes.
Branzino. I've heard
Yeah.
that on Hell's Kitchen before. so.
Yes. It's a
Anyway.
whole cooked fish with like head and everything.
Track number 21 is a 38-second interlude called Snake Move, followed by number 22, which is featuring Monifa and Queen Pen.
Ooh, Queen Pen, I know.
Not the one subtitled That Bitch Is Done. I actually saw Monifa sing the national anthem at a UFC event when
Well, there you
UFC first started, so I just remember her name.
So she will not be singing tonight at UFC 299?
Probably.
Why I seen his baby mother in the nail salon. Stop. And you know I had to
Stop.
go with her.
She was associated with Heavy D, by the way.
Really?
Monifa. Yep.
Open the door.
Be quiet. I think somebody knocking on my door right
Yeah,
now.
somebody is knocking at your door.
What's the deal with the game plan? You did the illest to my car with the spray paint because we was lame. When you knew I had a girl, we was okay then.
You did the illest to my car with a spray can.
Track number 23 features Trey D and The Dog Pound. Clocking C notes.
Yeah, just when you thought it was gonna stop, we back in your motherfucking ass. Superfly made men, dog pound gangster. DAZ, Trey D, you know what I'm saying? Corrupt. What's happening? This that real life gangster shit. Check it out.
Oh damn, I almost forgot. I gotta go back home and get my 2 extra clips for these niggas that be talking shit. See, I don't think these niggas understand me. I pledge allegiance to kill the army for no reason.
Track number 24, 15 years in.
It seems like how long it's been since we started this record.
Yes.
Yo.
And they're a one and done.
I
15
can't
years.
adjust to this new way of living. I've always been a product of the street, crime driven. I came up under older niggas up to no good. Without a rep, you was nothing in your own hood. Bagging up manila envelopes of weed, licking bag after bag until it made my lips bleed. You want your shit, slide your money through the door. And if you try something funny, you get wet up with the 4-4.
Track number 25, the last track on the record featuring Wise Guys.
Not featuring Paul Abdul.
No. Cold Hearted. No, because if it was Cold Hearted, it'd be a snake move, and that was 21.
It was.
Paul Abdul.
Is the snake move to look into your eyes?
Maybe.
Okay.
Watch down, drop bombs.
Hey yo, I blaze up sets. All you saw was silhouettes. Never see me with the tech. Only bullets see jack.
All respect due.
Salute my crew before we shoot you. We chop guns, putting hot ones through your FUBU. High speed, twisting gunpowder up in my weed. Make you niggas buckle your knees, fucking with these. Most dangerous, bang flips full of lead hot. Aiming this red dot, dead you with a headshot.
And that is your one and done for episode 528. That is Classic Limited Edition by Made Men. And there is some charting action on here somewhere. Let me see if I can find this.
Is it for Tommy's theme?
They don't have any singles listed, but that being said, there were 2 album chart postings on here. The U.S. Billboard 200 at 61, and the U.S. top R&B and hip-hop albums at number 9.
Okay.
So, Made Men, Classic Limited Edition, your one and done for episode 528. Not a bad record.
It could have been worse.
Could have been worse, could have been better. It was a record that happened.
It was.
Um,
It was definitely one of the one and dones we've done on here.
It is definitely one of them. It is time for the record of the week. The record of
Nipsey
the
said
week
not a
came to
classic,
us.
but possibly limited edition scenes they were never seen again.
Exactly.
Record of the
October
week.
28th, 1997.
Mm-hmm.
It runs 58 minutes and 17 seconds long on Jive Records.
Mm-hmm.
Recorded at The Crack House in New York City,
Of course.
as well as Echo Sound and the Cosmic Slop Shop. This is some great titles of studios. Produced by Chaz Hayes, the artist himself, Paris, Ali
Ooh,
Malik,
Paris.
Ant Banks, Femi Ojutundi, Rick Rock, Clint Payback Sands, Hen G, Mike Mosley.
Hen G, a body count?
A body count. Bobby Ross Avila. This is what number album is this?
I don't know. He's got like 300 of them.
The 5th studio album by American rapper Spice One, and it's called The Black Bossolini, a.k.a. Dr. Bomb from Da Bay.
So look, I picked this album.
Dr. Bombay.
Yes, indeed. I picked this particular album because of the whole mafia theme from the One and Done.
Yes.
And I roll it into the Bossolini.
Right, which has a mafia sound to it.
It does.
There's no intro on this one either. Track number 1, dedicated to Tupac Shakur, The Thug in Me.
Yeah, I heard niggas out here talking major shit, you dig? But ain't now motherfucker stepped up to me and said, Spice.
I think we reported on that.
Cause you know I
Spice One had
motherfucking
this,
ass. Niggas be mugging me, don't show no love for me. Don't play you hate me, love the bug. And when I walk on by, niggas be mugging me, don't play you hate me, love the bug. Now if your hoe come knocking at my door, she must want a thug ass nigga for sure. Cause it's the young players business and I be stacking my paper.
No, Spice One, he's seriously, dude's got like 500 albums.
He does. Track number 2, I'm High.
Well, that explains a lot.
I can't hear that without thinking of Chris Tucker. She's high.
She is. Yet DJ Shane Bond said he's a fan. Are you still, or were you then? Spice One is one of those guys that, like, I listened to a couple of albums and they were cool. I had no clue that he was still putting music out until this week when I was doing the research. And I was like, oh, Spice One's got a new song out. That'll be cool. And then I started looking back for a record. And I was like, Jesus, fuck, look at this discography. I had no clue he had as many albums as he had.
And now, the more you know. Track number 3, featuring $2 Hort.
Yes.
Or as we call him, Too Short, Ice-T, and Cocaine. It's called Recognize Game.
Spice One in the hit out. And show dogs in the house, bitch. With the LA play. Soldiers to the game. He gang fool. And thanks at the crack house. Better recognize game when it's in your face. Bitch. It's obvious, man. Cash got me gas. Shark tanks and views. Millionaire crews. Buying cars and twos. Never lose my motto since birth. Double up knots and crack spots. Snitches lead the house by silence gunshots. Map the area I want it. Cut the cops a fucking deal. If they don't need to get
Track number 4, featuring Da Old School, Playa Man.
Can you love a player man? Can you love?
Track number 5, Caught Up in My Gunplay.
This is an observation. What if artists listed what drugs they were on while making a song, like in the liner notes, as if cocaine was what they were on, not the featured artist. Not necessarily a featured artist, but what helped me make this song was
Who's your
cocaine.
guest artist on here?
Lots
Crystal
of it.
Meth. I ain't heard of her. Oh, she ain't a she.
me 4, try to jack him a blast 3, run a fourth nigga over with the caddy, heady, not knowing about the Mac Daddy, slug happy, that's born to die. XY, you niggas be out there thinking you can't never be touched on. Close your eyes and clip your feelings and I'm gonna send you home. On a one-way mission, a CP band and my cannon is made for killing. Nigga caught up in this mob shit and this drug dealer. I'm telling my mama don't wanna be no statistics, but realistically, I got my...
Track number 6 featuring Yuckmouth and MC
Yeah.
Breed, Ballin'.
It's a nice combination.
I be ballin' till I die. I be ballin' till my grave, nigga. I die, I paid, nigga. I be ballin' till I die. I be ballin' till my grave, nigga. I die, I paid, nigga. I be ballin' till I die. I be ballin' till my grave.
Is that Roger Troutman in the background too?
Kind of sound like it. Track number 7, The Boss Mobster.
Boss.
A lot of boss.
Nigga, who you think you fucking with? You ain't no killer. I put slugs and niggas on his legs to get my skrilla does a backflip. Pull out my kick and I blow your ass 20 paces. Now that I meet the slugs up in their faces, ain't no nigga living alive that survived and have me caught up in some bullshit. I eat the ass with the full clip.
Get a gangster.
That was a badass track right there. Track number 8 featuring WC and Big Psych.
Dub C.
5'10", 213. 510.
Yes.
Or not to G. See, that's the question, you know. Every time I hear LA, I get love, you know, because I'm from the back. So, Dub C, Big Psych, you know, Spice One. Feel me? Count the diamonds on the next seat. Don't waste your time, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine. Benzos and 850 floss, and I'm tossing doobies up out the window, smoking off it. Coughing, choking hard up off the end of the smoke.
Choking hard up off the endo smoke.
Track number 9, Kill Street Blues.
Cook it up, yeah, the pure form of a ride. This is how we climb. Stole that on my ride. This is Kill Street Blues. Cook it up, yeah, the pure form of a ride. This is how we climb. I want to rip on my ride. This is Kill Street Blues. Cook it up, yeah, the pure form of a ride. This is how we climb.
Track number
Kill
10,
Street Blues.
featuring Mac 10. Fetty Chico and the Mac.
187. Straight murder display from LA to the Bay. West Side. My nigga Spice One, aka Fetty Chico. And I'll be Mac 10, aka Mac Manson. What up, Spice?
We serving chickens, you damn sure can't get at Roscoe's. If you don't want to see the murders, then keep your eyes closed. Nigga, shake the dice up, roll them if it's 1 or 10. They won't be able to put your ass together again. Leave you in pieces rolling in white. Cornices knocking out teeth. I know where we can get the black heads cheap.
Track number 11, Wanna Be a G. Don't we all, really?
Yes.
Deep down.
So you wanna be a player, so you wanna be a G, so you wanna be a gangster, but you don't wanna fuck with me. So you wanna be a player, so you wanna be a G.
Track number 12, Diamonds.
I heard that forever.
While flossing these chrome rims, I still sipping on G. What would you do for the Skrilla? West Side.
Nigga wanna go and get with old school player straps and high powered killers. Haters be knowing we fed, stepping our villas with millers. Mobbing is mandatory mashing wherever we go. Diamond links and chrome wheels.
Track number 13 featuring Seidel, Down Payment on Heaven.
Glory to God in high heavens. Peace on earth to those on whom his favor rests. Let he who has not seen cast the first stone. Happy now the dead who die in the Lord, yes, they shall find rest in their labors. For their good work in the company, yes. This is my down payment on heaven.
Lord, I don't want to live in this life of sin, but it seems that murder is all around me. Subject to drowning in the world of crime, money and drugs, slugs, thugs, crooked cops, dirty money, and more killings on my block. I know I haven't spoken to you for a long time, but if you can't answer my questions, give me some kind of sign. Why did my partners have to die so young? What did they do to have their lives taken?
Final track on the record, Two Hands and a Razor Blade.
That's not the instructions for the bird. For the bird, you need 2 arms and an attitude.
Right.
Motherfucker step outside, you know what I'm saying? You dig? Go get my motherfucking crime sack, you know what I'm saying? Turn around, motherfucker, share. Motherfucking got his hand in my goddamn back pocket and shit. Handcuff a nigga, throw him all in the back seat, you know what I'm saying? Search a nigga car, find his goddamn strap. Now I'm up in this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Straight caught up. Fuck it though, you know?
Soon as a nigga step up in the county, I see killers going to war. It was a riot kicking off early up in the dorm next door. I'm up in the 9500 where them shanking was on. If you was up in the LA County, nigga, you feeling me strong.
And that, my friends, is your record of the week for episode
It is.
528. The Black Bossolini, a.k.a. Dr. Bomb from DeBay, by Spice One. And let's see, did we have any singles released off of this? We had 2 of them. There was
The Thug and Me.
Huh?
The Thug and Me.
No, actually.
Really? I figured the Tupac one would have been
510213 with the B-sides of Ballin' and I'm High was released in September 22nd of 97, and Play a Man was released December 6th.
Yeah.
Now, there was no charting action for any of the singles, but the album did chart on 2 albums as well. U.S. Billboard 200. This thing went higher than I thought it would have. It peaked at number 28.
Damn.
And U.S. top R&B hip-hop albums, it peaked at number 5 for Spice One, the Black Bossolini.
Now, let me tell you about Spice One real quick. TJ Shane was talking about he hadn't heard any new. So Spice One and MC8 obviously apparently have gotten together. They had an album in 2022. They had 3 albums that they put out in 2022. Now, are they re-releases? I don't know. So it's like Keep It Gangsta, The Pioneers, Thug Therapy. 2021 had Haters Nightmare. 2020 had This Is Thug World. 2019, well, that was Platinum OG, so I'm thinking that was a re-release. Thug Candy, Throne of the Game, 18 and 17. I mean, the list just is massive of all his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So go out and listen to them. They're out there.
They are.
All
and
over
they're
the
easy
place.
enough to find. I mean, they're on every streaming platform.
Yeah.
Who knows? If we ever make Spice One an Artist of the Month, you can go through the entire catalog.
Yeah, who knows?
So Spice One, your record of the week with the Black Bossolini, the one and done Made Men with Classic Limited Edition. Your Artist of the Month for March of 2024. I did it. I put the the.
You
in there.
did. You
Not
said the.
But I caught myself.
Yes.
It is Fushnikins. And you can check out their 2 records during the course of the month.
Look, you can also go out and check out Chip Fu, aka Jungle Rock Jr., the Future.
Right.
Chip's got extra stuff out there that's not just Fushnikins.
Right. Absolutely. So go check that out. We're going to take our final break of the day. And when we come back, it'll be time for Bill Reed's Lyrics on Mr. Throwback Thursday, 528.
See if I get this ready over here. Digga. Not playing Miss Chalet this week. I'm not going to do Billy. I do need to get this ready. That one and this one. And come over here and get this ready. And okay, player, are you ready?
Never, but that's
Good.
never stopped us before.
Yes, because there's no way you would be ready for this. All right, let's do this with a tree.
And I can't sing, I'm a player.
You just crush a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Woo.
Here comes the soul.
Y'all's the Soul Brother #1 Pete Rock. Shout out to Jamie and Bill on Mr. Throwback Thursday. Peace and love, baby. Thank you for your support. One love, one love, one love, one love, one love.
He's a sweet soul brother.
But it starts with Bill.
Preston. It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Put words together as a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headache. Might offer any cramps.
Most people don't listen to the Lord, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reads Lyrics.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 528.
Hello, this is Bill Reads Lyrics. It is an educational discussion of artistic expression and creativity of modern lyricists. Bill may recite explicit or offensive language. Professional supervision is suggested for sensitive listeners. The average views and opinions within these lyrics are not necessarily those of Mr. Throwback Thursday or its hosts, and will be in the area of 160 WPMs. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, humor-heavy, and just right. Thanks.
I almost disclaimed my own disclaimer. I forgot about that, actually. Welcome back.
You're
Mr.
the reason we
Throwback
have
Thursday.
it.
Yes, I am. Well, a couple of
Quite
complaints
literally, you are the reason that we have it. Yes.
Episode 528. Bill Reads Lyrics coming at you right now. Now that the disclaimer has been played, let us go right into it.
Oh, okay, player. I'm gonna come over here to the private chat, and I'm gonna send this to you.
My wife just delivered my medications, so I had to take my pills live on air. That's always good. That's how
Old
bad
man
this
Bill
is.
got to take his pills live on the air.
That's how bad Bill Reads Lyrics is. I got to medicate before I do it. Where am I going?
Bill's caretaker comes in and makes sure he's taking his meds.
Change my diaper.
Yes.
Where am I going?
Speaking of diapers, look at the artist. You can do verse 3.
Oh my God. Verse 3.
Yes.
And there's verse 2, so I'm going to assume it's labeled as such. Isn't the main artist on this? Wasn't he part of the D12 crew?
He was.
I thought so. Okay. Oh, good Lord. Okay.
So, with no type of ado, Sesame Street Grover style, whether nearer or further, we will cue the motherfucking piano.
I like a lady, but I sure love a slut. The type that like to sit on my dick and let me scrub them guts. The chick that wanted doggy style while pulling on my nuts. And when you aiming for her face, shorty, don't be trying to duck. True Aquarian. I mean, I'm freaky as to fuck. Eat that coochie for an hour after you shower. Cock 'em up. From the power of the orgasm, your legs are locking up. Caught a cramp in your thigh. Can't even pull your stockings up. But your spike leather collar plus stilettos looking tough. Now you're passed out on your stomach. Seems though you had enough, like J-Lo in that movie where her husband beat her up. Bitch. Puss appears to be pregnant, swole, and wet up. Now you need to go on and get up, for I set up some more setup. I done caught my second wind. Let's begin. Lift your head up. It's the battle of the sexes. We can do this shit till breakfast. I don't want no mo babies, but I can give you a baby necklace.
And I believe
I don't give a hoot about this Bill reading lyrics bollocks. Let's get back to the hip and the hop, shall we?
Yes, it was from Bizarre.
It was indeed bizarre.
How bizarre, though.
How bizarre. How bizarre. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, that was a thing that happened.
And we didn't even go with the bizarre lyrics.
No,
you know,
we didn't. I just remember Bizarre was part of the D12 crew.
he was, and he wore a shower cap and a diaper, and
Yep.
That's why we just moved on.
And
You've changed.
Has been changed.
All right, then I believe it is time for you to take us the fuck home.
Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 528, brought to you in part by the world's strongest coffee, Death Wish Coffee. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and at deathwishcoffee.com, as well as in our coffee mugs every show. Go to deathwishcoffee.com, place your order, use the code TBT to save 12% one time on your order. And then you can use the code THROWBACK to save 10% on all subsequent orders at the world's strongest coffee, Death Wish Coffee.
And if anybody has an Nespresso pod maker, let me know, because I have Death Wish Nespresso pods here that I can't use for anything.
Don't forget to check out friends of the show, Def Rugs, defrugs.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Def Rugs, handmade, high-quality hip-hop themed rugs, brought to you by the original Rug E-Fresh, Marshall Fox, and his business associate, the green-eyed bandit, Eric Sermon. Go check out Def Rugs and get yourself a Def Rug.
You should do that. I got some Def Rugs here.
You got 4 of them, I think.
Let's see. It's one underneath me, EPMD signed by Eric Sermon. I got the Universal Zulu Nation one.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the Def Squad one, and I got this really fancy Mr. TBT one.
Mm-hmm. So you do have 4.
I do have 4.
Our friend Heather Lent in Schenectady, New York, is the proprietor of the Bittersweet Candy Company, where she makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and
delicious.
Check them out on Facebook and order at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code THROWBACK to save 10% off your order at Bittersweet Candy Company, where everything is, as Finn Tutuola says,
delicious.
Melted Mike's, MLTDMICS.com. Melted Mike's by our good friend Pumice T. Mendola.
You see Pumice? Did you see the new shirt?
I did see that. Yes, I was about to say he's got a brand new one in the shop.
Yes.
A Bismarcky shirt. So
I don't eat the spaghetti without the meat sauce.
That's right. And rest in peace to Virgil, who was the king of the meat sauce. So,
yes.
Mike
Not
Jones
Vincent.
was his name. No. It's so funny. He was named 3 different things, all as knocks on former bookers. At one point, he was known as Virgil, which was Dusty Rhodes' real name. Then he moved to WCW. They called him Vincent for Vince McMahon.
Bruce, yeah.
And then at one point, he was Shane.
Really?
Yeah, which is crazy. But when he started, he was Soul Train Jones or something like that.
Not SD Special Delivery Jones. That's a whole different guy.
No. So that's Melted Mike's, MLTDMICS.com. And finally, Etsy.com/shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth. Hip hop and pop culture items from the sick, twisted mind of Mr. Throwback Thursday and his sick, twisted wife, Mrs. Throwback Thursday. Go check out Etsy.com/shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth. Social media network. Don't forget to visit us at mrthrowbackthursday.com, the homepage for all Mr. Throwback Thursday items. Click on the little microphone that follows you around. That's called Hit Us Up. You click on that, you leave us a voice message, and we play it live on the air.
You should also check out the shop while you're there. There's a shop tab.
There is a shop. You could buy a Billy Booty Hole Brown t-shirt if you wanted to. You can follow us on Twitter as well at @the_MR_TBT and Bill_MR_TBT. Also, my handle on Instagram and Threads. Jamie on Instagram and Threads is @MR Throwback Thursday. The Facebook page is Mr. Throwback Thursday and home of the TBT Posse. So go check both of those out.
And there's the Tiki Taki.
And the Tiki Taki at Mr. Throwback Thursday as well. Check us out every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern on Fresh Radio at itsfreshradio.com, which is run by our good friend DJ B.
Mhm.
We are on right after the All Request Thursday, which you can get in on by tweeting your request to
Or Xing him.
@RealFreshRadio. You can also send us emails if you are so inclined to mrthrowbackthursday@gmail.com. It is time for shout-outs.
Yay.
Shout-outs to Gail Dunmeyer and Manny Baez and Sarah Henderson and John Henderson and Hugo Gonzalez and Sanket Patel, Teresa Lynn's Simple Luxuries at teresalyns.com, Clay Arsenault, The Shrieking Warrior, Jennifer Buchanan, Jason Heath, Jessica Walker, Shane Hatley, Ricky Schnarr, Kenneth Elsfelder, who didn't win anything this week because we didn't
did
give
not.
anything away, Mr. Cranky Pants, Brian Hollenbeck,
Who didn't lose anything this week because we didn't raffle anything.
the legendary Kevin Van Buren, Rob Jeffroy, Kate Harvey, Catherine Liska, Ken Dwinell, and Wanda Calamia. They get announced every week because
Or more.
you want to get your name mentioned every week, become a patron. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT.
Or start your own show.
That too. Don't forget our friends in the industry. Check out 1980s Now with Will, Kat, and John. Check out Anthony, Imran, and Rugboy over at Jock and Nerd Podcast. Check out Talking Thai on What's the Word podcast with Brooklyn Thai NYC. Look at that. Jamie's supporting our friends with the T-shirt today.
Yes, yes.
The hardest working turntablist in the world, we said, DJ B on itsfreshradio.com. Get that Fresh Radio app for your phone as well. We want to mention Wild One Radio at wildoneradio.com. We're on 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and all throughout the weekend as well. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, and all of that good stuff. Find us, share the good word. Until, I guess, later this week when we go into the future.
Yes,
and
if
then-
you're there with us.
And then the following week, take good care of yourselves. Wash your hands.
Wash your butt.
Until next time, keep it classic.
And like Cool Keith said, cybernetic microscopes and metal antidotes, 2 telescopes that magnify the size of a roach.
And always remember,
New school stale, old school fresh.
ESH